Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm back again. It's Andrea from Drea's Bears. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to show you a big spurt of energy I had, I guess creative energy I had. So I'm going to share with you some of these ring-bound journals that I've made using vintage books and created them into journals. So they're expandable. You can see that they've got the binder rings on them. They're all very similar, so I'm going to show you all of the covers and just do a quick flip through of each of them simply because they're essentially just created in exactly the same way. The only difference would be the colors of the scrapbook paper that I've used on the inside. So I'm going to show you a quick little view of the cover. So this one is Walt Disney's Santa's Toy Shop. I've left the original price tag on it. I try not to alter the books if they have names written on the inside or anything, especially the little golden books. I like that personally. This is The Cat Who Climbed the Christmas Tree, so this would be great for a December daily journal or for a baby's first Christmas. Obviously, this would be great for a new baby as well. It's called The Bear's New Baby. Again, a little golden book. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. And there's the back. Everything in the journal is original, so I've not taken anything out. All the covers are exactly the same covers. Here is my little golden Mother Goose book. I love the image on this one. There, a little scrap of paper. And then I've done some of the bigger children's readers. So Sleeping Beauty, and there's the back. I used to have a collection of these as a child. The Aristocats and the Missing Necklace. There's the back of that one. Pongo and Purdy, Two Happy Dalmatians. This is the pre-story or the prequel to 101 Dalmatians. Plain on the back. And last but not least, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There we go. So I'm just going to give you a quick little flip through of each of the journals. So this is my little golden book Mother Goose, or my little golden Mother Goose. All of the little golden book journals measure, let me just see where my measurements are. Did I write them down? If not, I will grab, oh, yep, 8 3/4, 5 3/4, and the spine, really there isn't a spine, so, excuse me. Totally expandable. All you have to do is purchase larger binder rings. You can get them at any business store, Business Depot, probably Walmart sells them. You can even find them at the dollar store, but the quality isn't as good. These ones are from Staples and they fit together really nicely. Sometimes I find the dollar store ones don't clamp as cleanly as these ones do. So they get hung up a little bit. So just quick little flip through of this guy so you can kind of see what to expect. So on the insides, this belonged to Samantha Walton. On the insides, you'll see I've used some scrapbooking paper and I've created pockets. Now, of course, these pages are entirely rearrangeable. You don't have to keep them in the same order that I've put everything in. These are all pocket pages. These are writing pages or for photos. There's lots of space in here as usual. I want to give you lots of options. These pages you could add, envelopes to, tuck spots, photographs. I've used some of the pages are double-sided scrapbook paper, some are just single-sided. Some of them will have these little tucks here. Okay, so there's some of each of these pages and pocket pages in each of the journals. So you have lots of places to tuck things, add extra. I've tried to keep them fairly simple, so there's no embellishing or anything. They're just very plain. You do whatever you want to do with these. So there's a couple more pages there. And then at the back of all of the books, I've left the original story. So you can see the original imagery, which is stunning. I absolutely love it. And if you don't want to keep the book whole, if you're a journal maker yourself and you want to, take the images out, cut them up and use them in other journals, you're welcome to. I like having the original book as part of. It would be really neat to scatter the original pages through the front portion of the book. So like have, some of the pages in between each of these. And because it's expandable, you can add writing paper, you can add, you know, this is a fun little thing that I found at the dollar store, little coin envelope. So you could, or policy type closure envelope. That would fit pretty well. I think it would actually almost exactly fit on here. In fact, I might have used that as a template. You can glue in, let's see, there's an envelope here. Well, it'll come with an envelope, but, you know, for example, we can pretend that maybe this page doesn't have, there we go, page that doesn't have a pocket. You can add a little envelope, just glue the flap down, you know, and then just add extra photos or things. There's lots of ways you can expand this journal into what you want. These are great ideas for beginners as well. So it doesn't have a lot of things in it. You can start from scratch. You can literally just write in it as a journal. You can add your photographs. If you have like one of those little HP Sprocket printers, those are fabulous. And it prints everything out on sticker paper. You can just stick your images right in and journal around. Most of the paper that's included is easy to journal on. If you have, you know, like a black marker or calligraphy, you can add drawings to it. And there's a million things you can do with it. So there's the original back, and then inside each of the journals is an envelope full of all of the extras that I have left from this cutting the scrapbook paper that's in the journal. So little extra things that you could use as on the edge of, you know, an envelope to decorate. You know, you could, I don't know what else you would do with them, but you can use them to decorate the paper. You can, now I do. There's my brain. I found it again. If you decided to create a tag, I'll just pull out a tag that I've got here. Actually, let's use this one. And you could cut it out and make a little tab for the top of the tag. And again, so there's all these great pieces all left over from the scrapbook. So nothing has gone to waste in the making of these journals. So there's lots of things that you can do with these. You can create your own tags, you can create tabs, you can mount photographs, you can, you know, add drawings, whatever inspires you. Just have fun and be playful. I don't think, I'll just quickly tuck that away. So I'm just going to give you a quick little run through of the rest of them. These are all currently listed in my Etsy shop. They would be a fantastic Christmas present if you order before mid-November. That's the only other side. You have to make sure that you do order in time, that you have, you know, time for the postal office to get stuff to you. Here's the Jungle Book. So at the front of this one, I've left the original book. Here's the envelope with all of the extras. You can see there's lots and lots of extra scrapbook paper. And the envelope you can also use for decorating. There's the papers that I've used. I try to find papers that kind of match what the story is. This was a really neat sort of tropical vacation scrapbook paper. Envelope here. Pocket pages. And again, you can move them around however you like. There we go. There. And that's the Jungle Book and the extra straps that go along with that. Here is Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, one of my favorite stories as a kid. This one was owned by Joyce Thomas. Here's the scrapbooking paper. Pockets, different sized pockets. Again, trying to use colors and imagery that go with the book. This is actually Winnie the Pooh paper that a very good friend of mine gave me. Thank you, Louise. Some beautiful butterflies. Some nice sort of almost watercolor wash. I hope I'm not flipping too fast for everyone, but I don't want to keep you forever to look through things that are essentially the same. Just added some washi tape for decoration to the bottom of that page. I guess I just felt inspired that day. Add a bit of extra. And there is, I think, probably 2 of each of the pieces of cardstock or scrapbook paper So there's 2 full pages with the same imagery or the same colors. And then here is, of course, the story of Winnie the Pooh. Oh, isn't that a fantastic little image? Oh, Christopher Robin. One of my favorite songs from the movie was when he sings, "I'm just a little black rain cloud." I just love that song. And there's all the extra cardstock going along with. Next up is The Bear's New Baby. Again, this would be a fantastic journal for someone who's just had a baby or a shower gift. Courtney Lynn Merrill, I think that says, this belonged to her. Great for someone who's starting a family, great for someone who just loves bears. Maybe it's a nostalgic book and you had it as a child, or you know someone who did. This would be a really lovely gift. If this was one of their favorite books, that would be fantastic. I have a friend who's looking for a specific book, little golden book for me to make a journal out of, and I haven't found it yet. But I know these bring me a lot of joy. I remember having a lot of these books as a child, and I tend to be a bit nostalgic. So I think this would be, I would appreciate this as a gift myself, but I would also buy it for myself as well. And there's the pictures of Baby Bear getting her new little sibling there. And again, there's the envelope of all of the extra scraps of paper. Some will have more, some will have less. Each book has a slightly different number of pages in it. But again, because they're expandable, you know, you can make them into whatever you want. The Cat That Climbed the Christmas Tree. This, I have to tell you, has some of my favorite images in all of the books that I've done. It's so bright and vibrant. So I've used some fun Christmas paper here. I love this candy cane stripe, mostly because it has sparkles on it. And there's another candy cane with sparkle here. Beautiful Christmas wreaths, all of the pocket pages. This is from a little Nutcracker set. Some great pockets here. There's Clara and the Nutcracker. Christmas bells. More Nutcracker. Love this little deer. He's such a cute little guy. I almost didn't want to part with that particular piece of paper. More Nutcrackers. Beautiful homes. Now here is, I'm just going to show you a couple of the pages in this book. This little kitty cat gets up to no good. Look at him climbing up that tree. But the colors are just so bright and vibrant and beautiful. Oh, like look at how gorgeous that is. This would be a great December daily. Fantastic. And again, there's the envelope full of all of the little Christmas goodies. Now, the only difference between this and the other ones is it also comes with, especially if you want to use this as a December daily, numbered little squares here that I've fussy cut out for you. So it has the first day, day 2, it's almost like an advent calendar, 3, 4, and so on. And it goes all the way up to Christmas Day 25. So this is also included with this particular journal. I will tidy that up later. So that is The Cat That Climbed the Christmas Tree. And anyone who has cats knows that this is the story of all cats. If you have a Christmas tree, your cat has climbed it. This particular one is not listed in my Etsy shop. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to part with it, but keep your eyes peeled. And if you are absolutely desperate for it, please just send me a message and urge me to part with it. But I really like this one, mostly because it has a Walt Disney connection, but the imagery in this book is really beautiful as well. It originally sold at Kohl's bookstore for $1.20. Which is kind of fun because you can't really get them for under $5 now. Again, similar Christmas paper to what I used in The Cat That Climbed the Christmas Tree. It's the same scrapbook kit. And this is actually paper left over from some Christmas journals I made for friends last year. So again, we have all the pocket pages, tall pocket pages, short pocket pages, tucked pocket pages that way. My fabulous little deer paper. Here are the single pages. I suppose if you wanted to make a full-size pocket this way, you could probably glue these 2 pages, you know, for example, these 2 pages together and just cut a little thumb hole there, and then you have a much larger full-size pocket page this way as well. Hadn't thought of that. There you go. There's your inspiration. Bells and ornaments. Beautiful little winter homes. I hope I'm giving you enough time to see everything. Beautiful. And, oh, Craig Barker was the person who owned this book. And there's some of the images. I love the real vintage style of the art in this book. It's just a really pretty book. I love that little picture. Walt Disney Studios, it says here. This little golden book was produced under the supervision of the Walt Disney Studios. And Santa seems very happy about that. So there's some of the images of the story. There's the back, and here is the envelope with all of the extras in it. And again, it also has a little pack of the 1 through 25 cards that you could use. Now going into the larger reader books. These are all Disney. All of them are Disney themed. So this is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're done very similarly, obviously, except they're larger. These have a 2-inch binder ring on them. The golden books have 1.5 inch, I think, or those are 1 inch. I'm not 100% sure. I will quadruple check. Yeah, these are 1.5. These are 2. Just because the size of the book just needed this size was too big and clunky, and it visually didn't look very nice, but it was too small for these ones. So I wanted to make sure they at least presented nicely. And you can see these guys will probably fill up pretty fast. So again, here's the original story that comes in the book. Okay, there's the story of Snow White all the way. Now these have more pages because the story is a little bit longer. Little golden books tend to only have about 12 pages. These ones tend to have, I think, around 22 pages in the story approximately. And here are the pocket pages at the front here. Some journal pages. I like those 2 together here. Now what I've done with these ones is I've added some of the strips of paper as reinforcer, but then I found actually that they weren't really needed. The paper itself is very sturdy, but if you wanted to do that, if the journal you purchase doesn't happen to have that, you could quite easily do that or use reinforcer rings. These ones I've done little side tucks in, so they're just a wee bit different. I did these ones first. So there's a side tuck there and a little side tuck. I started these ones before I started the little golden book. I like the way that looks. And of course, roses. More little pockets there. Oops, skipped a page. Some more roses. Beautiful butterfly with this gorgeous shimmery writing on it. And there's the back. And again, envelope with all the extra scraps. And now this one, I've actually also included the original spine. So if you wanted to perhaps glue that onto, here's a piece of cardstock that I've got, glue that onto a piece of cardstock and cut it down, you could make that a bookmark, or you can use it as a tab for something. But I thought I wanted to include almost, well, everything original that I could with the book, if it wasn't too damaged. So that's our Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Now these ones, I'm just going to do a quick measurement of, see if I can find it. 8 3/4, 5 3/4, and then what I've done is this. It's about 5/8 of an inch of spine, but again, expandable. So I mean, they could go up to. I mean, you can get binder rings that are 5 inches. So if you wanted to have a real jumbo journal, you sure could. You could use them as, you know, growing up journals, which would be kind of fun too, like progress of your children going through school, or maybe dance or hockey, or, you know, if they're involved in anything like that. I like the idea personally of using them as a travel journal. So I am a big Disney fan. So when I go down to Disney, I like to have a specific book that I keep all of my memories in. These would be fantastic for that. If you know someone who's a Disney fan and who also travels, this would be brilliant. So there's places you could tuck receipts, tags from clothing, special pictures, packaging. You know, they have those of you who've been to Disney, you know, they have the plastic bags. So you could even staple in a plastic bag and use that as an extra page as well. That'd be fun. Tickets. Well, they don't really sell tickets anymore, but you know, you can get packaging from food. You know, that all of their packaging is very creative and things. So there's lots of things you could hang on to. So I like the idea of these as travel journals. They're a bit big to carry with you, but when you get home, you know, you could quite easily use them. So there's the story of Pongo and Purdy. And again, envelope, larger envelope with all of the extras and the original spine. I had to include this little one. There are these great little dogs walking in the park. There's a little poodle. Life is beautiful. And then this great little French bulldog with his beret. I love that. And the spine. And moving on, we have the Aristocats and the Missing Necklace. So there's the envelope with all the extras. That had a little bit of damage in it, but nothing too major. Macarons, beautiful French cookies, which of course this is, the Aristocats I believe are French. So this is all about Paris. And again, there's pocket pages and just blank pages, little tucks here. Perfume bottles, I think those are really fun. There's our pockets. Love that, beautiful pink with the gold. It's more of a salmon color, I guess. Bonjour. And this one, I really like this page here. So it's got that sweet little poodle you saw earlier. The apartment buildings, and then on the other side I just folded it in half. There's a little Vespa there, and then there's the original story of the Aristocats and the Missing Necklace, and it's got Roquefort, the little mouse, detective mouse, in it. There. And again, it's the whole story, so there's nothing missing from it. And there is your pile of extras. Lots of little extras to use for tabs and page decoration, framing for photographs. That's the Aristocats. And the very last one I've got left here is Sleeping Beauty. So going in here, Roses and Roses, of course. I definitely remember this one as a kid. I had this book. I think, you know, as you grow up, you tend to give them away or donate them. So I definitely don't have these ones anymore, but I do have a series of books that I read as a child called Serendipity books. I don't know if anyone had those. I did buy some extras. I'm going to make some journals out of those. Those are coming up in the new year. So if you ever had Serendipity books, get ready for it. They're going to be amazing. Skipped a page there. Some beautiful roses again. Find beauty in everything. Thought that was appropriate for the Sleeping Beauty book. Some sparkly paper, can never get enough sparkles. And then here is the original story. There's Maleficent. There is the banquet, cute little kitty cat. This is where everyone goes to sleep. The fairies put everyone to sleep. There we go. That's again, the original story. There's the back of it. And there's the envelope with all of the extra little bits and bobs in it. So thank you very much for stopping by to see my quick little flip through. Again, like I said, these are now listed in my Etsy shop. These would be fantastic for beginner journalers, for people who are traveling, people who love Disney, people who are nostalgic about specific stories or books that they had as children. Great for babies, you know, christening gifts, all kinds of, I'm sure you can find a reason for any of these books. I had a great time making them, and I hope you enjoyed having a look through. I hope you got to see enough. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me through YouTube, or you can find me on Instagram as well and direct message me there. Have an amazing day, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.